Hey, I'm Hugo Sarmento from University of Coimbra. I will present a research from my postdoc program supervised by Professor Duarte Araújo. Our work is about one of the most successful generation of football players in Portugal, the so-called gold generation. Some of the most world talented football players were born in Portugal, but the triumphs of the national team are unusual. Two of the most important achievements were the Under-20 World Championships of '89 in Riyadh and '91 in Lisbon. In over 100 years of history, never any other Portuguese national team achieved such a feat. Under the leadership of Carlos Queiroz, players like Figo, Ronaldo, and Rui Costa, and many others became world champions, and after that achieved the level of football stars at the senior level. So we have two main questions for this study. What led this generation of players to dominate the '89 and '91 World Championships, and what was the process that raised players like Figo, Rui Costa and Paulo Sousa to the level of football stars? For that, we applied a mixed method approach based both on qualitative and quantitative methods. In the first stage, we systematically reviewed the available scientific evidence on talent identification and development in male football. We analyzed also the Portuguese newspapers and also the official documents from the Portuguese Football Federation. And based on that information, we developed and validated a specific interview guide. We interviewed 31 players of this generation. We also interviewed the two coaches, Carlos Queiroz and Nel Vingada, and significant authors like coaches and professors and so on. To analyze the data, we applied quantitative and qualitative methods, and based on that, we proposed the ecological model of development for the Portuguese football gold generation with a micro and a macro level of analysis. So at the macro level, we highlight the Portuguese culture and the work done by the Portuguese government. At this time, the Portuguese government published specific laws in order to regulate the practice of the sports. They promote the sports development contracts. That means they funded specific projects in order to increase the number of sports participants. In 4 years, the number of football players increased from 80,000 to 130,000 footballers. They also promote the dual careers by publishing a specific law which assigns specific rights to elite athletes. Concerning the specific dynamics of the Portuguese Football Federation and their regional associations, this was a period characterized by significant changes in order to increase the professionalization, restructuration and modernization of the Portuguese Football Federation. Concerning the role of the university, coach education and the evolutionary tendencies of the game, we highlight a specific aspect that had a decisive influence in this process: the development of a specific football department in this faculty of human kinetics in Lisbon when Carlos Queiroz was a student. He had a significant role in the implementation of this department as a student as well as a coach. At this time, Queiroz tried to import the best practices from other countries, and he also studied in a systematic way the evolutionary tendencies of the game. At the same time, started a new dynamic of coach education based on the knowledge and dynamic of teachers of this faculty that improve the quality of the coaches in Portugal and, naturally, the quality of the players. At the micro level, There are an important work done by the national youth technical staff. In the first phase, Mr. Queiroz starts the revolution of the talent identification and selection program by the promotion of a mega tournament for the players of the age of under 15. As the Portuguese Football Federation is organized in 22 regional associations, each association should select the best under 15 team to play a 3-4 days tournament in Lisbon, where Carlos Queiroz and their technical staff can observe and select an initial group of 30 promising players which would be part of the national team. It is interesting to note that from this initial group of players, almost 60% played by the main national team at the senior level. He tried to keep the initial group through the forming process from the under 15 till the under 20. Concerning the competitive system, he promotes a change. He changed the national competitive system because there was not enough quality. He considered this is a fundamental change to the development of the players. He promotes also a specific training process based in the specificity of the game. He created routines of expertise, isolating the most talented players in challenging contexts that allow them to improve their individual and team capacities. He promoted also long-term internships, 2 or 3 weeks, because it considered that there was not enough quality training in the most clubs at this time. In a world of football dominated by the 4-4-2, Mr. Queiroz implemented the 4-3-3 because it was the most adequate pedagogical approach, and also because we did not have a strong forward that can play with their back to the goal. Mr. Queiroz sought to develop players who could be fit for what would be the elite football in a 10-year period. This is very important. He adjusts the training process to the evolutionary tendencies of the game, preparing skilled players for this reality. As he keeps in the process a large number of players, he developed in this team an identity of principles and concepts. They are confident in the team's ability to succeed and develop the collective efficacy. Concerning the leadership, Carlos Queiroz refers that read and tried to implement some principles of the Britain's Royal Navy leadership style. He believed that shared leadership can be more effective than traditional vertical leadership. As the youth level, we studied the training patterns, the social influences and personal factors, comparing the expert group, that means players that compete at the senior level for the main national team, and non-expert group, players who never represented the main team. And we concluded that there are no differences on the age of debut in the international competitions, as well in the training patterns or in the psychosocial patterns. As a conclusion, there was a complex relationship of factors at the macro and micro level that were effectively potentiated by Mr. Queiroz, allowing the development of these two expert teams. Thank you for your attention.